So Thermopylae 2, we learn about days 2 and 3 to understand the importance of this battle and develop some analytical skills. Relay, which take it in turns. Failure. Impenetrable, which you can't get through, it can't be penetrated. Ephialtes, the Greek man from the city of Trachis. Phocians or Phocans, it depends on the pronunciation, but men from the city of Phocia, we think. Seer, somebody who can see into the future, a prophet. Rearguard, an army, the guys who fight while the rest of the guys retreat. You're the rearguard. Thespians and Thebans, two other Greek city-states. Helots, Spartan slaves. Hades, the Greek word for hell. Recovery, get something back. In that sense, to recover, you get something back. Retreat, hillock, small hill. Behead, cut someone's head off. So, day 1, now look for the Persians. Day 2, pretty much the same. The Spartans and their allies fight in relays, according to Herodotus. They take it in turns, they stay fresh, and the Persians get precisely nowhere. They fight all day, massive losses, getting nowhere, clashing against this Athenian wall of bronze. So this Greek wall of bronze. So, end of the second day, Herodotus says that Xerxes and the Persians are getting pretty desperate. They have a stroke of luck then. They managed to find a local traitor, a man called Ephialtes from Trachis. So, just to be clear on this, a ex-Spartan hunchback, that is not true. He was called Ephialtes though, it's a local Greek, and he agrees to show the Persians a route, a path through the mountains, so then go around the back of the Spartans. Xerxes immediately takes up on the offer and sends one of his commanders he sends the immortals and with their commander through the mountains at night. They come across the Phocians who have been sent there to guard the path. They scatter. The immortals ignore the Phocians who isn't going to be massacred. They march straight past them because they got a bigger fish to fry, and suddenly the flank has been turned at the Spartans. When word reaches Leonidas has happened, first a seer, it's said to Herodotus, a seer in his army says it's happened. He says it has a prophecy, and shortly after that he finds out for certain it really has happened, that the Persians have got behind them. They found the goat path, the Annapurna. So they have a council of war. All the Greeks gather. Leonidas says, we're staying. Me and the 300, we're staying. Herodotus says it's partly because of the prophecy, partly because of Spartan law about they can't run, but also it's a practical thing. If all the Greeks retreat, the Persians get through straight away. If they get through straight away and they get to a nice big open plain, they will massacre the Greeks as they try and retreat because they'll use their cavalry and their light infantry. So someone's got to stay as the rear guard to hold off the Persians while everybody else retreats. So the Spartans stay. Their helots, of course, have to stay. Often overlooked that one. The Thespians decide they are going to stay. The Thebans, according to Herodotus, are made to stay because Leonidas doesn't trust them. So altogether, about 1,000 Greeks decide to stay, maybe a bit more. So day 3. Persians rock up for the attack. The Greeks advance into the quite a widest part of the pass, according to Herodotus, and fight a very vicious battle. A very vicious battle with the Persians. Loads of people killed. Leonidas is killed fairly early on, we think. And a huge struggle takes place over his body. The Persians want to grab it. The Spartans want to defend the king's body. And 4 times the fighting goes over his body. And finally, the Spartans, at the 4th attempt, are able to reclaim the body and drag it back into their lines. Then they hear the immortals have come out behind them. They decide to retreat. Them and the Thespians decide to retreat to a hillock, a small hill, to make one final last desperate stand. The Thebans throw away their arms and surrender. Some are killed, but some surrender. Hence, we know this is possibly a reason why we know something about what happened here, because not everyone died. The Thebans surrendered. So anyway, the Spartans, the Helots, the lesser Thespians are surrounded and are wiped out by arrow fire. A huge struggle takes place over this. Herodotus says they've lost all their spears by this time. Most of them have lost their swords, so they fight with their hands and their teeth, according to Herodotus, in a massive climatic last battle, and they are wiped out. Why is this battle important? It's a fairly small one. It ends in disaster for the Greeks, but its true importance is the example the Spartans set. They are willing to die. They're willing to die to the last man to defend Greece. It's the example it gives to the rest of the Greeks that is true importance. And then, really, next lesson for homework, we're going to find out about a place called Artemisium. At the same time as the Spartans are fighting at Thermopylae, the Athenians and other Greeks are fighting a sea battle at Artemisium. And they're fighting in a particular sort of tree. They're fighting in a trinary, which we'll do more work on next week. We're going to find out for homework. A trinary. This is the cross section of it. Try 3 rows of oarsmen. 1, 2, 3. 3 oars. And the ship itself is the weapon. You have a ram of bronze, but not a spike though. It's not. You don't really want to smash a hole because you want it stuck. We'll look at these pictures here. Look at these diagrams, and we'll talk about ancient Greek naval warfare next week. But I want you to do a bit of research and find out yourself. 1 row, 2 rows, 3 rows. Try read.